Hi, I'm Kathy Brown from runningnotes.net, and in this episode of What Does This Do?, I'm going to cover the Dynamic View panel. I think in the past I have covered the view control here from Container Controls. I'm just going to go over that really quickly so we can see how it compares to the Dynamic View panel. So here we get a wizard and we can choose our view. We've only got one view in this application. And you can see here we can pick and choose what columns to include. We can include all of them or just some of them. We give it a data source name, which by default is view 1. We say OK. And we have our view. If we come over to the design pane, we can see we've got an automatic pager included, and we've got our columns. If we pull this up, we can see we can choose, when the document is opened, what to open it with. We can change the view source name, change the view. We can filter by a column, and we can search. Pretty simple stuff. So again, I'm not covering this. I just wanted to demonstrate the differences. Now we'll go to our extension library. And we will include a dynamic view panel. Similar wizard, right? We can say we want a domino view from the current database. We select the view. Again, we've only got one. Data source name. Note that it defaults to a new name just because we have two views on the page. Big difference here. You can see already we aren't able to select which columns to include or not include. And when we look at the design pane, it looks slightly different. So it's got sort of a dummy columns here. Now we do have this header pager where we can add stuff, view title, and a footer pager where we can drop things into these facets. We didn't have that above with this. And you'll see we've got a few different options here. On the data page, on the data tab, things look similar, right? We can filter by column, we can filter, we can search in the view results, we can change the data source name, etc. And the difference is here, we can still choose what X page we open it with, but we have this show checkboxes, show select all checkbox, show column headers, and show unread marks. We're going to go ahead and turn all of those on so we can see what those look like. Basically, I think the dynamic view panel is pretty much the simplest and fastest way to get a view onto the page. You can't customize it a whole lot. You can't do a whole lot with it, but then you don't need to. You can just throw stuff on there and get it out there. So let's preview what this looks like. So here we have on the top, again, as we labeled it, our view. We've got a pager, should we have gone into extra items. We've got our columns, and we've already got our column titles. We could have changed those titles, and we also could have, again, removed or added columns if we wanted to. The dynamic view panel, you'll see, is a bit different. So again, we've got our columns, but we couldn't choose and pick them. We got them all or we got nothing. It's basically mimicking the client view. So if we were in the notes client, this is sort of the X pages version of it, right? We've got checkboxes. We can check stuff off. We can say select all to select all of them. This here is unread marks. I haven't actually set this up, so I can't open one and show you what it looks like as a red mark, but it's basically attempting to mimic the Notes client view without a lot of work, which is great if that's what you want. And that's pretty much it. That's the dynamic view panel versus a view. And I can't forget to mention that the dynamic view panel was a request from someone on Google+, and I'm probably going to totally butcher your name, but it was from Stephen Podruzek. We'll call him Stephen P, and say thanks for the request, and hopefully that helped. And if there's anything else you'd like to see me cover on What Does This Do, just drop me a line. And again, I'm Kathy Brown at runningnotes.net. Thanks for watching.